I'm Crystal Farmer. I live in Cecilia, and I've lived in sin. I've eaten things that I'm not supposed to. In return, I did meth to lose weight. And in return to that, I wanted to strip. And from stripping, I wanted money. And I wanted more money and more money. And nothing was ever good enough. Nothing I ever got was ever good enough. I just wanted more. I think if you gave me a mansion lined in gold, that would still not be good enough. I just wanted more and more and more. And to return to that, stripping, I smoked weed and drank. And I was a very big alcoholic. I drank so much to numb the pain. And it turned to that, I hated myself. I hated myself so much, I tried to kill myself multiple times. Multiple times. I was in dark, but in return, I was selling my soul little at a time. And I was in a hateful place. I was angry. I was so angry. Anybody could do anything, and I would hide. I would hide behind a smile. But inside, I was screaming. I hated it. I was in the dark. I didn't know where to turn. I lost friends. My family didn't understand me because they didn't understand what I was going through. They haven't been through the pain I've been through. But I hid. I hid behind a smile that was fake. And I always said to myself, fake it until you make it. Because I always idolized Marilyn Monroe. And I wanted to be Marilyn Monroe. And nothing was going to stop me. Not even selling my own soul. It was horrible. I got pregnant. And I had an abortion. I gave up my own baby. Because I cared more about myself and materialistic things. I didn't want stretch marks. I didn't want any of that what came with it. I didn't want to raise a kid. I wanted riches. I wanted to be something. I wanted to be famous. I wanted money. The money I wanted was just disgusting. And I wasn't stopping until I got it. And my soul, a little at a time, just became dark. I was such in a dark place. I would go home. Even though I had all this stuff, it didn't make me happy. I'd go home, lay in my bed, and watch Never Been Kissed and curl up and shut myself away from the world. But the next day, I would do drugs, get me back out there, start stripping more. I wanted more money, more. Nothing was good. I had everything. I just did not care about life. In returns, I would cut myself. Because I hated myself. I just hated myself, and I hated how everything was. I was in the dark. Oh man, I was such in the dark. I used to call myself the boogeyman. Because I hated myself that much. And I hated other people because I took my hurt and anger out on other people. I would just get frustrated over the smallest things, but it's not because I was mad at them, it was because I was mad at myself. And I didn't realize that. I shut myself away. I didn't have no friends. Like I said, my family didn't understand me, so they couldn't talk to me. I didn't even want to talk to myself because when I looked in the mirror, I didn't even recognize myself. Which led more to more drugs and more drinking, more cutting, more hurting myself. So now, when I lost everything and there is nothing else could make me more happier or anything, I was sitting I just recently got a Jeep, a 2020 Gladiator. I thought it'd make me happy. I had a perfectly fine car. It was paid for. I thought it'd make me happy. I needed that Jeep. I didn't need that Jeep. I sat in my car and I cried. I didn't have nothing. I didn't have nobody. And what I was missing the whole time was I should be happy that I'm alive. I'm breathing. This is that's the most anybody could ever ask for. I felt like I didn't have a purpose. I didn't know what my purpose was or anything. And when I had nobody or anything, I turned to God. And God saved me. He's my Lord and Savior, and there is nothing I could ever take back from. You couldn't give me the most richest of anything. Like, He's actually saved me, and I know that now I'm not lonely, and I'm not in the dark. And my soul is happy. I know that I'm crying. It's just only because I've been hurt, and I was such in a dark place, and I had nowhere to go, nowhere to turn to, or nothing. And I hated myself. Man, did I hate myself. And I felt like I had no reason to live, no reason to be here. What was my purpose? My purpose was what? To keep getting plastic surgeries and trying to please everybody with my image, or keep chasing that goal that just wasn't happening for me. I couldn't catch on to it. But now that I asked Jesus Christ, He was the only one there. He was the only one there that picked me up. He was the only one that was like, Crystal, I will help you. Just take my hand and accept me, and I will show you the light. I will be there. Everything that you went through, I already knew you before. He knew me way before I knew myself, way before my mom knew me. He knew I was going to go through all this. He knew I was going to make mistakes and turn to the riches and just want more and more and more. But then He also knew that I was going to come back to Him when I had nobody else to go to. Because when I say I had nobody, I had nobody. I mean, people taunting me, bullying me, running me off the road. I had nobody. When I realized that I couldn't even put on a fake smile anymore, I couldn't even smile because I was just so lost. It was just such a scary place to be. But God's here, and He is in me, and He has changed my life, and I have so much love that I didn't have before. Like, I had hate. I hated everybody. I hated myself. Like, I was willing to give my life because I wasn't grateful. I thought I deserved a mansion with, everything in it. I didn't deserve that. I didn't earn it. That's not what life's about. Life's about to be grateful for who you are. Be grateful that you're living. Be grateful that you're breathing. Be grateful for the food that, is on your table. The water that you're drinking. Just be grateful for everything that you have, and don't take it for granted. And if you ever get lost, always turn to God, because God will never leave you. He will never abandon you. You just got to ask Him. You got to ask Him to save you and to love you. He's already loved you. He loved you before you even was born. You just got to realize you're good enough for that. And anybody can beat anything, because believe me, when I was down, I had so much pain. I don't think anybody could realize how much pain I was. And God's there. And He loves me, and He's going to show me the way. He's not going to abandon me, because I asked Him. I asked Him to be in my heart, and I know that He is my Lord and Savior. And I just want everybody to know that you're not alone. Everybody goes through something. And when you think your soul is just pure dark and nobody's there to walk with you, just know God is, because He is awesome. And now I have so much love I never even thought I had to give. I want to help now. I want to help people, and I never thought I would ever say that, but I do. Just follow the Lord. If you're down and alone and you have nothing to turn to except drugs or stripping or using what you look like just for materialistic stuff, that's stuff you can't take with you. But your purpose is love. You gotta help, you gotta love.